We are back. ESC United, your favorite jury, something like that. Or maybe not if you don't like what we're going to tell you about right now. But every year we get together, we share our thoughts on the songs. And then, of course, Team United comes up with an overall score. And next in line is Finland. The Rasmus are actually representing the country, a band that is internationally known. So actually, they brought in big names here. So that is pretty impressive. Yes, it's been a little while since they had the big major charts, I think, everywhere, but we all know them anyways. And Jezebel won the national final UMK by a landslide. I'm sure a lot of us have lots of nostalgic feelings towards the songs that they've put forward in the past. Did they measure up to their previous success, or is this just not quite where it should be quality? Well, we're here to talk about it. So to me, I will say this: Finland, first of all, continues to provide amazing national final content. Like for the past few years, there has been out of this world. And it was the country that was always forgotten. I feel as those days are over, at least for the time being. And yes, I think a lot of us peed a little when we saw the Rasmus actually name pop up on there. And the list, wait, they are taking part. I was just like, no. And so I was not disappointed when I heard the song, first of all, right? And it really feels like something from an album that they released in 2008. And that's a compliment to me. Granted, I will say this, though. The thing about the song is it's the band, because the song is superior to me when performed live in the national final. When I listened to it in the studio version, it was fine. It just kind of felt a little bit more like an album filler to me than the standout single to me. So I felt as maybe there should have been a stronger hook or just a more grand moment to make this kind of like what we've seen in the past with them. That being said, when they performed it on UMK, I'm like, oh no, I get it. This is what a great band does. They still have it. They have not lost their mojo. And I am very impressed with that. It's one of those songs, actually, that is also a grower to me. On the past, I've listened to it, but every time it comes on my playlist when I clean, play my music, I'm like, oh, it's the Rasmus. I get just oddly excited. I don't know what it is. So I am a fan. I think still the live performance is better than the actual song. But that's the most important thing at Eurovision anyway. So far, so good, I will say. How about you, Sebastian?
Sweet Mother Jesus, the Rasmus. I remember the time when I was on the elementary school listening to In the Shadows. Perfect surprise with the coming to Eurovision. Thank you so much, Blind Channel, also for doing great job last year Eurovision, because it typically sounds that Finnish people decided, hey, rock music, it's always good for us, so maybe try once again. And right now, this is the result. And song is fantastic for me, really resembles what the Rasmus are all about through the years. Of course, team changed a little bit. There's not the original squad right now, which we're gonna see on the Eurovision stage. But fact of the matter is that these songs have all these ingredients, which makes the Rasmus famous all around the world. And I believe for lots of people, it's gonna be nostalgia trip, but also for lots of people who have no idea who they are in the past, it's also going to be very interesting performance, especially that Jezebel mixing electronic vibes with rock music, with very charismatic singer, and with also guitarist, because this lady who's playing with Laurie, it's also amazing one for me to look. So all the things said, it's a really fantastic entry, and really dig this, that Finland take this choice.
Okay. Roy.
Yeah, it's really funny that everybody keeps saying, oh yeah, I got so many nostalgic feelings, because I was like, okay, the Rasmus, sure.
Shut up, young.
I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know. Then I literally, I looked up the popular song In the Shadows, and I was like, oh, this song, right, yeah, okay. But then still, I didn't know the band. But the song on its own, you just gotta say, it is very catchy. When you hear it for the first time, you're like, oh, this is a catchy tune. And then by the fifth listen, you're like, Jezebel, and that is what will ultimately matter in Turin. There is definitely flaws with this song, though, because these lyrics are not necessarily the best. At some point, in the start of the song, they're singing about a killer shark in heels. And I'm like, that is a weird image that I just have in front of me now. But I think a casual audience will just not necessarily pick up on those little things. Only if you're really a native speaker, which not every country in Europe is, of course. So I don't think those things will matter that much in the grand scheme of things. It's just things that I pick up on, I guess.
No, that is fair, and this is your opinion, this is your thoughts, your judging, your score. So that's important. James, your thoughts?
Yeah, Circus Rasmus. Wrong song. Sorry. Yeah, as a couple have mentioned, I was around for the first coming of the Rasmus. They were not my particularly favorite brand of Finnish rock. I was more into the Children of Bodom and Nightwish sound, so that was kind of more my bag. Yeah, so his feathering his hair and singing about a girl who done him wrong shtick kind of didn't land with me the first time, and it doesn't land with me this time either. As Roy said, the lyrics are unforgivably stupid. The killer shark in heels thing grinds my gears. And then if you're going to use religious metaphors, don't mix them up. There's Jesus tied to the cross. Well, first he was nailed to the cross, but anyway. And then Jezebel, Jesus and Jezebel, but I guess no one knows who Elijah is, and the story about Baal and all that. And then also as well, it's less a nostalgia piece and more of a museum piece. Show no growth between In the Shadows and now. So that also grinds my gears a bit.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. So that is interesting. So let's see, because we can talk all day, but in the end, all that matters is our score. So let's go for this one by one. I went first, so let me just say, and just quickly, I think this song will get more points from me once they perform on stage. Because once again, I said it, I prefer their live performance over the studio. The studio is good, fine, solid. I'll give it 7 points. Sebastian.
I will forgive this little bit stupid elements of the lyrics because my heart is full of love that sing them. And maybe next year, him, Villevalo, hello. Maybe you are gonna be the next.
Yeah.
Look forward for it. But in case of my result, it's gonna be 8.5.
8.5. Okay, you're in the lead. No, not that this is a competition, but Roy, what's yours?
Like I said, the lyrics just don't necessarily work for me. It's still a catchy piece, and people will definitely pick the phone up for it, and they'll vote for it. It'll probably do well in the competition as well, so I can't give it too low of a score. So I gave it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. So we're on the same page. James, what's yours?
I feel a bit weird being the oldest of the group, and I'm calling it a museum piece, but 4.5 from me.
Oh, dear. Okay, that I did not see coming. So not quite as successful as we thought with James, but the question is, what did the rest of the team think? We combined the scores, and I'm ready to share it with you. So ESC United's jury score for Finland's the Rasmus is 6.21. And I went first last time. So Sebastian, you did not. I don't think this score has your endorsement, huh?
No, it is completely not. I was thinking about something closer to 7 from everything what I resembled from the comments of the fan base. So it's a little bit harsh, but maybe, just maybe, the final performance gonna make this justice for them, and lots of people gonna see, okay, we support you for 20, 10, 15 years, so it's your time to pay back. So maybe that's how it's gonna work.
Yeah, I was also slightly surprised that I was actually above the average. I thought that Finland would easy peasy squeeze past the 7-point mark. So that clearly did not happen. But that's just sometimes how the cookie crumbles. Last but not least, James, as the lowest score giver, were you thinking it's going to be like that, or did you think you were more in the minority here?
I thought I was going to be in the minority, and I probably still am, being 2 under. But if there's, I was surprised by how they crushed UMK, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a sort of secret norm core community out there who's going to like this song and pick it up and vote for it in droves. So this could be the surprise one that comes out of nowhere and does well.
Okay. So, yes, this is just our score, and maybe Finland didn't do quite as well as we thought. It still didn't do badly, clearly, and I'm going to show you the full ranking as of right now. So check that out, and now I would love to hear from you. Do you think it is too low, or did we just hit it on the nose on this one? Whatever it is, leave your thoughts in the comment section, I said. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back.